But what are you doing except writing on quarantine?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What are you doing besides writing on your quarantine?
Besides writing, I've actually I like to be outside as much as I can. Like I know you're not supposed to, but I love going on walks now. Like it's like the most exciting part of my day. It's like I want to go on a walk outside and see the sun or just like smell the air because I'm like walking inside.
As long as you're alone and as long as
Yeah.
you're safe.
Yes,
nothing
always.
wrong with that.
Keeping a distance.
So you introduce yourself to a lot of people that don't know you here. They're all getting to know you right now. So go ahead.
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. My name is AJ Mitchell. I'm 18 years old. I'm a singer-songwriter. I'm from a really small town. I'm sure you guys have never heard of it. It's called Belleville, Illinois. I moved to Los Angeles when I was 15 years old to start my career, and I've been going on ever since.
Oh my God, you're 18? I didn't know.
Yeah, I'm 18. How old are you?
I'm 17.
Oh, you're 17?
I am.
No way. What?
How old did you think I was?
I thought you were like 20.
No, I'm 17.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah.
I thought you were older than me. That's so funny.
Yeah, that's the second person that says I'm 20.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right. Well, you're so mature. You're so mature too. So.
Oh, that's nice to hear. I think being an artist makes us mature faster. I think so. Maybe that's
I could agree with that.
Yeah.
I think it makes you grow faster.
Totally, absolutely. There's like so much pressure, and we're working all the time, so like you just gotta do it.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to.
There's a friend of mine here that's a big fan. I don't do that a lot, but his name is João, so if you can give a shout out to him.
What's his name?
João.
João? Hi, João.
Oh, hi.
How's it going?
So happy. He's getting so
happy.
Good. He was going crazy.
I love to hear that.
Yeah, he was going crazy on my DM saying like, "Oh my God, you're doing a live stream with him," and I was like, "Yes, I am."
No way.
Your fans are so sweet. They were so excited when I announced the live.
I know, they're the best. They're so nice. They're like, I don't know what I'd do without them. Honestly.
I've seen that you know a lot about Brazil. Even when you replied to my tweet, you know Pão de Queijo. You know, like, what's your connection to Brazilian fans, and how do you know so much about Brazil?
Yeah, so actually my manager, he's fluent in Portuguese. He lived in Brazil for about 2 years. I think he lived in Rio or Florianopolis. But yeah, so he's fluent in Portuguese. So when that came up, I was like, help me out. I need to say something in Portuguese. So he helped me out.
Oh my God! What do you?
But I know. What'd you say?
What do you know how to say?
I know how to say. Really simple. Te amo.
That's cute. You know how to say? Do you know more? Do you know te amo?
I know. Oh man, I just went over this. Oh man. Oh, I know it. No, I forgot. I just had it and I lost it.
It's all good, but I'm sure like when we practice a language and then we have to say it, it's like I totally get it.
When it comes to it, it just goes away. It goes
exactly.
away.
I'm the same with Spanish, honestly. Before this live stream, I was having a class and I'm like speaking to my teacher. My teacher's from Colombia, so she doesn't speak Portuguese at all. So I am obligated to speak Spanish. And then I'm like speaking with her and it's all good. And then I need to speak to somebody that actually speaks Spanish or like in a moment that I really need to speak it. And then I'm like, I can't.
Yeah, you're like, why don't I know anymore? You're like, I just practiced.
Yeah, it's just so bad. But changing the subject. You're delayed a bit, so that's why we keep crossing each other, but I can hear you.
I know. Sorry.
So you just released your debut album called Sky View. How is that for you? Tell us more about it.
Yeah, so with the album Sky View, it's actually not out yet, but it's coming out really soon.
Oh, sorry.
Yes. No worries. But it's really personal. You know, Sky View is a drive-in movie theater in my hometown. And it was a place I used to go to kind of get away from all the craziness and madness that was happening in my life. And it made me realize, you know, like going there and seeing the music, seeing the actors and seeing all that, it really inspired me. And it made me realize that there's so much more in the world. And it really made me want to pursue my dream. And that's why, you know, really want to name this album Skyview, so other people realize, you know, they can pursue their dreams as well. And with the album, you know, I kind of want to show people my artistry and show that I'm not in one specific lane. I like all sorts of music. So with the album, you're gonna hear stuff like more on the pop side. You're gonna hear some more R&B music. You're gonna hear some more like throwback '80s, and you know, it's a lot of eclectic sounds. So I'm really excited for it. So people can.
Oh, me too. Now I'm excited for it. I want to hear all of that. I really like all kinds of music, so that's gonna be the album for me.
Hey, perfect. See, it was made for you.
Do you have any dream collab at the moment?
Dream collab. I think Post Malone would be dope. I love Post Malone. Everything he puts out is so good.
I know, right? I know.
Even Billie Eilish, I think she's incredible.
Oh my God, I love Billie Eilish.
She's so good.
I know. She's so like everything. I really like her music.
I know her music, and then you go on her Instagram, and she's just so cool. You're like, what? Everything she posts is just
her style and all. It's so
good. So good.
She's dope. And you did a lot of collabs already. And how was it? I saw Meghan Trainor, I saw Rich the Kid, but one in particular that I saw that I really liked was Ava Max. How was working with her?
Incredible. I was so happy to work with her because I loved her music and I also loved her voice. She's like one of the few that's just like she could do runs and just like she's such a powerful singer. So I was really excited to work with her. And it was funny because the day of the music video shoot was literally the first day I met her. So
oh my God.
Yeah, of the music video shoot. So it kind of took a while to start warming up to each other, but like at the end of the day we were laughing, having a good time, and it was amazing.
That's so good. It's so weird because you can work with so many people and you just like don't even meet them, and then suddenly you're just like there and you, hi, we did a song together and we never met each other.
Exactly, and it's so funny because I feel like a lot of people don't really get that. I feel like a lot of people think we're in the same studio together, but the same thing happened with Rich the Kid when we shot the music video for Spring Break. I didn't meet him until literally the day of the shoot, which is so funny.
Oh my God, you know. When I did, I don't know if you know, but I did the voiceover for Moana here in Brazil.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I did that, and there's Maui. He's like, I don't know if you watched the movie either, but like it's Moana's friend, and he's with her all the time in all the movie. And I never met him in the studio. I met him like, I don't know, 6 months after the movie was released, and everyone was like, were you guys in the studio together? Have you met? And I was like, I have no idea of his face. Like, I've never seen him.
Yeah, it's so funny how things work out like that, but that's how it happens in this industry, I guess.
Yeah, it's like that, and people think we're all together all the time, and we're doing everything, and we're best friends,
Yeah.
but it's not really like that. It's so hard.
Yeah, it's actually really hard to get people together because everyone's doing their own thing, like... That's why me and Ava weren't able to meet up because she was like traveling a lot. I was traveling a lot, and it was hard to just get each other in the same spot. So I guess that's why, because we're always doing something. Yeah, right.
So do you plan on coming to Brazil after all this thing? Of course.
Yes, I've been planning to come to Brazil for like 2-3 years now.
Why didn't you come?
I think I don't remember. Oh, I didn't go because I didn't have my passport yet. I had to get a new passport, but I really want to come out to Brazil this year. See all the Brazilian fans. Yes, I'd love to.
Are like going crazy. Seriously, I had no idea how powerful your fan base was until like the live was announced. Even before the live, they were like, "What if you do a live with AJ Mitchell?"
Oh no way!
And I was like, "Really?" And
that makes me happy.
Yeah, I was so happy that they asked. I was so happy that they asked too. I was like, "What? Really?" Also.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I can't wait to make it out there and meet all the Brazilian fans. They're the best.
Please do.
I will.
So you did release this year. You released 2 songs recently, music videos. I mean, so let's go part by part. So first, wait, I lost here. Okay, so first one was "Down in Flames." Tell us more about this song. How did you write it? How was it filming?
Yeah, so I wrote this song because I saw 2 of my really close friends get in a bad argument, and I saw how the conversation could have gone a lot differently if they just communicated their thoughts and their feelings with each other, but instead they were just arguing and yelling. And that day was the same day that Notre Dame burnt down, and it made me realize, like, it's crazy how a beautiful building takes so many years to be built, but then in one day it could be burnt down. And then I pin that to the same situation with that relationship I saw. Like, they've been friends for forever, but that one argument just brought everything down in flames. And I went to the studio that day, and that's when I wrote Down in Flames. And basically it's about communication and, you know, being able to communicate. Because I feel like that's something we all go through, is not being able to communicate our thoughts and what we're really feeling. And that's something I struggle with too. So it's kind of a message I want to send out to people.
Today, actually, I had a conversation about a situation that I have with my friend of mine. Like, we were traveling together, and he had this thing, and he didn't tell me about it, and then we never talked again because at that moment I was like, you know, we didn't communicate, and then our friendship was a bit shook by it. And today, actually, we got in touch again, and we talked about it, and it's so weird how communication can change everything. Yeah, and I'm so glad, and I'm so glad that we could actually talk about it. But there's a lot of people that, like, I've been through that, and I think you've been through that, and I think everyone has been through that, because, like, learning how to deal with human beings can be so hard. And
it is hard.
Communication is the number one, but until we learn how to do that, until we learn how to communicate correctly and be polite and listen too, it's just it's very hard. There's like
it is hard. It's really hard to communicate sometimes, but you know, the more you practice, the better you get at it.
Very true. The music video for Unstoppable was released too, but you filmed that like a year ago.
I actually filmed that in December. Yeah, I filmed that in December.
Oh no, so it's not a year ago. But
yeah,
it's
not
been
a year.
Like a while. Were you?
It's been a while. So excited. Yeah, I was like, when are we gonna put this out? We got to get it out there like as soon as possible. So I'm glad it's out now.
Really? I watched it. Love it. So cool. You're so talented. Like, when I actually started looking you up, I was like, whoa, he's so good. He's a great singer. Seriously, like, you're a great singer. You're a great songwriter. I really like your work.
Thank you. I really, really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
What was your inspiration to write Like Strangers Do?
So, Like Strangers Do, with that song, I feel like everyone's been in a situation where you kind of get out of a relationship with a friend, and with a friend or a girlfriend or boyfriend, whatever, and it's like you are strangers again. It's like you forget everything that you happened in the past, and it's like every time you see them, you're like, oh, I'm gonna look the other way and just act like I didn't even see them. And that's kind of what that song's about. Is kind of, you know, whenever you get out of a relationship, you see that person, it's like you're strangers again. It's like you forget all the past.
Yeah, that is true. That happens.
Yeah.
And it's so weird. It feels weird because you're like, well, I had like so much history with that person, and now it's just like I don't even know them.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like oh, now we're strangers again.
Yeah, like it's also like you start having different lives. Like, people change so much, and then you see them and you're like, he is different actually. It's not like you really don't know them. It's just so weird. I love it.
Thank you.
So there's a fan question here saying, what is your best memory on stage?
My best memory on stage. Man, there's so many memories. One of my favorite ones was, I would say it was this year. I did this thing called the Jingle Ball Tour. It's around December, and I performed in Miami, and it was like the most people I've ever performed for. And looking out in the crowd, everyone was singing one of my songs called "Used to Be," and it was the best feeling in the world. Because when I showed up, I had no idea that people would even know who I was. So performing that and hearing that was the best feeling in the world. Best feeling.
That's cute. I don't know what my best memory is. It's so hard when the
what's your best thing?
Or your worst, or it's just my best. I don't know. I think. Oh, I do know. My best memory on stage was when I was actually in Rio. I was performing with the group I'm part of called Not United, and they all started screaming my name, saying they love me.
Oh, that's amazing.
Everybody was like, Aniocho, and I was like, what? that was like so cool. A moment for me. I still remember it. And like I don't really cry easily when I'm focused. So like I just try to keep focused, and like I have to do this. I have to be like powerful, and I have to be a star. But that moment, just like my heart instantly melted. It's hard. And I was like, wow, this moment is everything for me.
I know. I know. Especially when people are screaming your name, it's hard to get like not get emotional sometimes. There's been a couple times where I've almost cried on stage. Like
I cried on that moment. It's like I cried very few times, but yeah, that one was definitely a moment. And fans ask some pretty funny questions. Do you have any tattoos?
I do have a couple tattoos. I have this one on my arm. This one right here.
Ooh,
Flip it
I
around.
can't really see it. Wow. Wow, did that hurt?
Um, oh, hold on, let me flip it around. It hurt a little bit, but I think I was more excited than anything, so I just wasn't really thinking about it. But yeah, I love it. It's like one of my favorite tattoos. I also have another tattoo on my leg. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I can pull it up. Here we go. And this is one of my favorite ones too. Little smiley face.
Ah, so cute. I love it.
Yeah, that's something my mom used to always draw for me when I was a kid, like when I used to go to school, like before anything, and it always just reminded me to stay happy and just stay positive. So I wanted to remind you.
I have two.
Oh, do you? I want to see.
Yeah, I do. Wait, I don't think I can show both. There's this. Look, can you see it? It's a heart.
Oh yeah, I can see it. Oh, the heart. I love that.
Yeah.
You're like, what? Can you see it?
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah. I have a heart. My mom has one too. And when my sister is older, she's gonna get one too. And the other one is on my rib here.
Oh,
it's the sun and the moon.
That is so cool.
Really? Do you like it?
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Too. But this one hurts so much.
Oh yeah, I bet right here on the ribs, just like that's real. It's like right by the bone.
God. And my skin absorbed the how do you call it, paint? The thing? I don't know.
The paint? Yeah.
Yeah, my skin absorbed the paint, and then I had to redo it in like a month later. And it hurts so much more in the second time because your skin is already hurt.
It's a little sensitive too. Yeah.
Oh my God, it was so painful. I thought
that's the worst when they have to go over it again. You're like, no, why?
Yeah. I was holding my sister's hand and I almost crushed her bones, but yeah,
you're like,
I survived.
That's all that matters. All that matters. She survived, and you have a great piece of art right where you want it. Right.
Exactly, and it means a lot. So I love it. So now, please sing for us. Is the moment we've all been waiting for.
Okay, I will sing for you. I think I want to play you "Down in Flames."
Do it. Yes.
Plans when you call it off. I don't want it to say, baby, is it too late? We just need to trust and not mess it up. Sit it down, talk it out, just the two of us. So don't be afraid if the room gets hot, and we'll be putting this fire on. We'll be putting this fire out. Don't let it go down. Don't let it go down in flames. No, we'll find the exit signs and we're gonna be okay. The smoke in the air is gonna lead nowhere.
So good.
No, I won't let it go down in flames. Time on your mind just to forget me. But when you say go, I think you mean to stay. I'll be here till the end, I won't go away. So don't be afraid if the room gets hot around. Be putting this fire around. We'll be putting this fire around. Don't let it go down. Don't let it go down in flames. No, we'll find the exit signs and we're gonna be okay. The smoke in the air is gonna lead nowhere.
So good.
I won't let it go down in flames. Thank you.
Wow.
Yes, Down in Flames.
I've never seen you singing live. It's so good.
Oh, thank you so much.
I'm like, what? Oh my god. I'm seriously, because like I sing, so I didn't know that. But
Yeah.
it's just like your technique is so insane. Your mixed voice is just like, oh.
Oh, no, wait, thank you. Thank you. I would love to hear you sing. Maybe another time. Maybe another time.
I'm like,
She's like, maybe not.
go on my Instagram. We're gonna see a lot of videos of me singing.
All right, I will.
Yeah. So wow, I'm like seriously so impressed. So good.
Oh,
Congratulations.
thank you. Oh, that.
And I think our last question, so we can finish our live, is
Okay.
the fifth question actually. What advice you have for people who are starting right now?
People who are starting out right now?
Yeah.
For people who are starting out right now, I would say don't get caught up with what everyone else is telling you and what people are saying. You know, because I feel like something I've been dealing with a lot is I always listen to take in consideration what people say, but don't let it change who you are. That's what I mean. So if you're starting out, do what you want, do what you feel, and you know, don't let people change it about you.
That's a very good advice, guys. Listen to that seriously, because everybody's gonna hear a lot of stuff that might bring us down, and if we actually believe it, then we might not be able to carry on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but actually, believe in what you believe, and yeah, be yourself and just keep doing you.
Absolutely. Actually, you know what? It's funny. I actually just wrote a song about that during quarantine, called Just Words. I'm about to release it. So
wow. So we have something coming. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's coming soon.
Okay. AJ, so nice meeting you, and it was an honor to hear you sing live.
It was so nice meeting you too. Thank you so much for having me join.
Thank you so much for being here, for accepting to be here, of course.
Absolutely.
And,
Anytime.
Yeah,
I'm glad to be back.
Do you live in LA?
Yeah, I do. I live in LA right now.
Okay, I go a lot to LA, so one day maybe we can meet up in real life.
Absolutely. Maybe when I make it to Brazil, we can hang out.
Yes, please come to Brazil.
Either LA or Brazil, one way or the other.
Yes. Nice meeting you, and thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye, Annie.
Chocadíssima. Sério, eu ainda tô assim, passada com a voz dele. De verdade, gente. Tocou o interfone, que medo. Então, mas olha, gente, ele é bizarramente talentoso, assim, eu escutei. Eu nunca tinha escutado ele cantar ao vivo. E eu estou chocadíssima com a técnica desse garoto. E ele tem 18 anos, gente. Como assim? Eu tenho 17, mas, tipo, gente, ele é maravilhoso, sério, tô chocada. Nem sei mais o que dizer. Foi incrível. E eu tô vendo aqui, eu vi o João Klein falando... Você é arquiteto mesmo. Não, garoto, você é muito talentoso também, tá bom? Mas, gente, realmente maravilhoso. E é isso. Um beijo pra vocês. Muito obrigada por assistirem mais um Anne Gabriele Convida. Vocês são maravilhosos por estarem aqui me apoiando sempre. E é isso, gente. Até amanhã. Um beijinho.